Hi, hello everyone.
Hey guys.
Welcome everyone.
Hello.
So
starting.
I dropped a clock.
I know.
Go.
I'm gonna quickly. Well, thank you, BDB. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up.
We already have a thumbs down. We haven't even started. Yeah,
Of course we do.
That's savage.
Thank you. It's
But thanks
appreciated.
for the engagement.
Yes, engagement is engagement, and I will live by that. No matter what we talk about in this chat. First of all, welcome to everybody that's here live. If you've been hanging out in the chat, we see you. Welcome. Hi. If you are new here, my name is Emily. That's Audra and Kara. Our names are seen, obviously. All of their information is in the description box. You should follow both of them on YouTube, Twitter.
We're delightful. I promise.
Yes.
Are we?
Yes.
I'm like, are
yes.
we? Y'all are delightful.
No comment on that. I'm not gonna bully Audra anymore about how amazing she is.
Listen.
But you will watch it on the replay, and the live chat is available. I recommend opening that up. We try to post comments on the screen as we go, but there's usually a lot of y'all here. We're very talkative. Things get missed. Hello,
Hi, Teresa.
Hi. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
I've been thinking about you now.
And Toya and Alex and Emily Petzel and so many other Carly. Ooh, I have thoughts. I like their highlighters. Highlighters. Pick a color that you like. I think some of them are more glittery, some of them are just more like metallic shimmery. For right now, since we're not talking about that on the live, feel free to find me on Instagram. You can ask me there. I'll help. I'm happy to help because I don't have all of them, but I have like 6 of them. So including all the newest releases. Okay. Yes, Audra in some House of Uni Wicked black lipstick.
Love it. Love it.
Oh,
listen.
Thank you more.
Thanks, DR.
And
this is I wouldn't be playing with these colors if it wasn't for these two over here. Like these two. Emily introduced me to House of Uni. I saw black lipstick on both of them. I was like, maybe lipstick. I will try.
Think about you too, Audra. Yes. Okay. So, welcome, Faye, my love.
Hi,
Faye.
Yes, exactly. I think we all look amazing tonight. So, ooh,
really?
I love your mug. Audra.
Oh, the You'll Float Too mug? Oh.
Yes. So, we don't do this every week, but we're going to talk about new makeup releases this week. And it's going to be a roasty one. Let's just say that.
Yes.
So,
we have thoughts.
I'm going to go ahead and share Audra's screen. Starting with a bang.
Well, that was the first thing that I saved.
Oh, it works. It works.
Also, starting with the bang is pretty spot on.
Ew.
Pun not intended. Well,
this is the Jeffree Star or why do I say his name still? Jalapity Staircase, whatever. Or Orgy Palette. Orgy Palette.
Yes,
I say terrible things, but I still don't like saying Orgy Palette.
I don't like it either. And I've said a lot of horrible things.
My money is safe.
So, I mean, if you take like Jeffree Star completely out of it and you remove all controversy and you just look at this palette, this palette is boring as all get out. Like it is just, there's nothing to wear. Because like, here's the thing. I don't buy Jeffree Star cosmetics, right? And I'm not going to say I never have. I've never bought a palette before. I bought 2 liquid lips. I've never bought a palette. I've been interested in some of his palettes before. This is completely uninteresting to me. Like 2 of those, like a lot of these shades look like the same shade.
Yeah. There's a lot of overlap. There's no texture to it whatsoever. It's all matte. And then there's a complementary shimmer palette, which honestly just feels cash grabby to me, that if you want that diversity, you have to buy 2 palettes. This palette's $62. The average consumer doesn't need this. The makeup artist isn't going to use this, despite what people have said on my most recent video. I don't believe that a makeup artist first of all, it's going to carry around a palette this big, but it's also going to carry around a palette that has the word orgy in like 700 font on the front.
With
I just don't see
spread eagle. Like, not. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, I just don't see a working artist putting their credibility on the line in that way. I mean, from a practical standpoint, you're not going to carry around a palette that big, plus everything else that you'd need to bring with you. I do like the 2 lipstick shades on the right. I'll admit, I'm not going to buy them, but I like them. Barry looked at it and he was like, is this a foundation palette? And like, that would make sense. Like, not that a foundation palette would make sense, but just the spectrum of it. But like a working artist, like, can you imagine you're doing a kid's makeup for prom and you bring out the orgy palette, or you're doing bridal makeup and like the mother of the bride is there and the new mother-in-law and all that, and you're bringing out Jeffree Star's spread eagle on a Y and putting glory hole in her crease? Like no.
When they ask, oh, what color is this? This is so pretty. And you're like, oh, it's glory hole, or it's cunnilingus. Like,
put a little bit of fluffer in there. Like, no.
He took the most boring idea and made it as edgy as he could so he could sell it. That's the only reason, because people that like boring makeup and already have all these matte shadows are going to buy it because it's boring. And because they like Jeffree's formula. People that like Jeffree for all of his Jeffreeness, including his racism and everything else, are going to buy it because it's edgy and Jeffree. Neither of those parties are actually buying it because they like the theme and the makeup. You can buy what you want, but don't excuse it over one thing or another. Buy it because you like Jeffree, and admit that you like Jeffree.
Yeah. Well, and the sad thing is, if he had done this mini orgy palette and then did 9 of the mattes and made that the palette, it would have at least been interesting, because honestly, the mini is pretty. It's a pretty, like, it's actually a pretty palette, but man, this is just not, like, this ain't it. And hold on, I'm going to have to skip that one. Let me, because I somehow
while you're
got
searching.
There we go.
Somebody made a really good point that I hadn't picked up on. I'm trying to find it in the chat. Kobe said it's boring, and the way the deeper shades are more sexual is weird fetishization, isn't it? Yeah. And I hadn't picked up on that, but yeah, that is very true. The deeper it gets, the darker it gets, if you know what I mean. Like it ends with glory hole. Like it's
the lighter colors are more angelic. Like I think I saw
I'm shy.
Teach me, or like I'm shy, and so he's not even. Just everything about this is a no. Like that, a gradient works where you don't need that many colors. You have a 9, even a 12 pan would cover the same basis that he's showing based on the swatches, not just the palette, because the palette can be different. But like people have said, the swatches look like a foundation. Like
they do.
And I brought up the front part of this because we were talking about makeup artists, and the claim is that this was made for makeup artists. I'm going to tell you,
it's not.
I will never, like, if I was getting my makeup professionally done and someone whipped this out as their kit, I'm done. Like, I'm done.
Like,
not because
even if you don't know who the brand is, like take the branding off of it. Like, say the average person going to get their makeup done has no idea about brands or controversies or anything, but they know what a fucking orgy is. So you bring this out, you see the artwork, you ask like, hey, my eyes look pretty. What shades did you use? And you hear the litany of sexual positions. Like it's not appropriate. Like it's not professional.
Yeah. I mean, even
it's
just
shock value.
This cover for me would not elicit professionalism for me from my makeup artist. Like when I've gone to get my makeup done and had it done well before, I've never had anybody pull something like when I haven't had people pull out an actual palette like this, generally. But the other is I've never had anybody this just wouldn't fly. Like, how are you going to get recommendations based on that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also just don't even think it's that, like, I don't even think the design is that cool. Like, you made the boring inside as fuck. You show your racism with the names. The letters on the cover aren't even, like, exciting. Like, it's not like he's, like, I don't know. There's something about it where I'm like, it looks like shitty, like, graphic design is shitty. Color range is shitty. Names are terrible. Like, also, I know we're only talking about it because we're raging over it, but yeah.
But also, it's only him on the front. Like, what kind of orgy only has a single participant? Like, if you're gonna commit to it, go hard. Like,
and that's the thing is, it's like one of the things that I did always like about looking at Jeffree Star palettes was the packaging. If I'm going to be honest, like I liked the packaging. That was his thing, and that's completely gone now, and it's just like this kind of basic bitch palette, and that's fine if it's like you like this. Like Emily was saying, people who like boring makeup, they're gonna buy this regardless, and the people who are Jeffree stans, they're gonna buy this regardless. I wouldn't be interested in it because this isn't my idea of a fun palette, and I don't like neutrals like this. And when you're looking at the swatches, I went ahead and pulled these back up, but when you're looking at these swatches, there's just not enough in here to make me feel like I would want to make more than 2 looks out of this entire palette. So that's what
just it. And
30
shades. That's the point that I made to somebody who had commented saying, like, you might be able to make different looks, but they're all going to look the same, just in varying degrees of depth. Like, you can't really get creative with it. And maybe that's what you're looking for, is not to get creative. You just want basic neutrals, but do you need 30 of them then? Like, it just doesn't make an awful lot of sense.
I love that. People want to go to this boring ass orgy. Like, okay, he released that gray palette that was fucking offensive as all hell. I will stand by that. And then you release this. The gray palette kind of had neutrals. If he was such a creative genius that everyone likes to suck his dick about, I'm so over him releasing makeup, period. If he was so creative and interesting, he could have created a neutral and like great, like a neutral palette in different, where he's showing different tones, where you have more tones, more cool tones.
I think that would have made sense.
Like an expanded Kat Von D shade and light palette. Like, say what you
want about her, but that palette, it was laid out really intelligently. Like, it made a lot. And same with the Tati palette, to be honest. The shadows don't perform well, but the idea is good. If he could have executed the idea and the performance, he could have had a winner. And then he wouldn't have to rely on shock value, because I have to think that that's what it is. It's just shock value to try to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like this is the USA of makeup palettes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a mess, and it's like on fire, and nobody really wants to take responsibility for it. But there's like, you know, diehard flag wavers, and they're just not going to let it go. So like that's my analogy. That's kind of what I feel like. Like, everybody else is looking like, what the fuck's happening there? And there's people in there who are like, yes, and you're like, all right, go for it.
Well, and that's what I find interesting. So if anybody hasn't watched, I did a video, I put it up yesterday. It's just like my 9 single eyeshadows that I would curate to make a neutral palette, like a matte palette. Nothing exciting, but there it is. A lot of people disliked it. That's fine. I haven't got shitty comments, but then like the one person who keeps going hard in the comments is kind of arguing against themselves, and I find it kind of interesting, so I screenshotted it. Because, especially as a lawyer, I always find that interesting, where I'm like, do go on, keep talking. I will just sit here and take notes. Because I love when I can use people's words against them. It's classic. I still have lawyers in town who still bring it up years after the fact because I burn them. But anyways, this person says, great, then don't buy it. This palette gives people options depending on their skin tone. Okay, first of all, no. If you're a makeup artist, then it might. But if you have, like, Nima Tang is not going to be able to use the first half of that palette. John McClane is not going to be able to use the last half of that palette. So it doesn't give you options depending on your skin tone, because it covers such a huge gradient. Mm-hmm. And then this person goes on in the same comment to say, also, all in caps, like, here's the point we're driving home. Every time you purchase a palette, it has some neutral colors in it. If you go through all your palettes, you will see all different neutral eyeshadows. Over time, these add up, and you're going to have a ton of similar shades and duplicates.
So then why buy this palette?
Why you don't
need this palette?
Why are you buying the palette?
I agree. That's exactly why this palette is likely unnecessary for people with an established makeup collection. They already own these shades. His formula is better than a lot of other brands.
I don't agree with that.
It's not. It's a solid, it's consistent. I'll put it that way. His shadows are consistent, but they're not mind-blowing. I've never used one of his matte shades and been like, oh my God, like I just haven't. And this person continues on. They're like, this isn't the first time a brand has done this. There are a ton of neutral shades in it, but he's not the first to do it. I'm sure a lot of people currently own one, if not both of the palettes one brand came out with a few years ago. I don't know what they're talking about. But again, she's still arguing against herself by saying there are a ton of neutral eyeshadow palettes on the market. I agree.
Yeah. And I think that's the main thing, is that at the price range of, at the price point of $62, this is where it's if you are a person who likes this palette, I would highly recommend that you find a cheaper alternative. There's no reason for you to spend $62 on 30 matte shades for a whole neutral palette when there are so many inexpensive options for you that are going to perform just as well. That's the thing. There are a lot of inexpensive ones that are going to perform just as well. So for you to say like, oh, I need this, like, it's just weird. I feel like, regardless of how I've always felt about Jeffree, or how I feel about Jeffree Star, regardless of that, I used to feel like he was putting out very interesting stuff. Yes. It was interesting and it was fun to look at. I do feel that it's fallen off, to be honest. So like,
that's the thing, is like back when, even as late as Jawbreaker, because I'm a color loving little, like a clown. Mm-hmm. I was tempted. Like I wasn't, it was like, oh, if this was any other person, even though this is a big palette, I would buy it pretty much instantly. Alien tempted me. Like there are ones where I'm like, I see it, I get it, but I don't anymore. And I don't know if it's not just the Dane Charleston effect. It's not just Dirty Uncle effect, but like since that palette especially, it's just been like, the hype is lost on me. Yeah. And so I'm not shaming, like I'm not personally shaming you for buying whatever, but admit that you're buying it because you like the brand and not because it's like groundbreaking or something you don't have. I said this, we were talking about this earlier, where I'm like, if you don't have all those matte neutrals yet, you probably didn't want them. You're probably not going to use them. If you like it, you already have those colors. You already have those colors. So like buy the makeup, but just admit that you're buying it because it's Jalopity Staircase.
Honestly, this palette kind of reminds me of the Becca No Foundation. No Pigment Foundation. It's like, I can't come up with a creative concept, so I'm going to double down and just go in the opposite direction.
I love this. He called the palette Orgy and released the most frigid shit I've ever seen. Yeah.
I mean, and that's all I'm saying, because like I'm taking a page from not just my own handbook where I was like, removing shame from having like makeup that I already own, but also the Half Cousins did a very good live where they were talking about that. I don't want people to feel ashamed of what you buy. I don't want you to feel ashamed. I'm here like this whole. What we do on these Tuesdays is really just critically evaluating makeup, and it sucks to me.
It has no place in my collection, and I suspect that anybody who has even say 2 neutral palette, you don't need it. Or you can just buy some singles that are actually going to work for your own specific skin tone. Or if you are an artist for the love of all that's God, do not buy a 30 pan. Yeah.
This is the opposite of WAP. I'm just going to say that. This palette. It is dry pussy energy.
It's DAP.
Anyone that claimed that was for a makeup artist is a fucking liar, including if Jeffree said it.
You don't have to say, unfortunately, Carly. Yeah. You have it. You have the Blue Bud palette. You bought it. You were happy to buy it at the time. No shame. And you're having a good time with the palette, keep using it.
Seriously, enjoy it.
Yes, enjoy it. You spent your money and you spent it in good faith. Enjoy yourself. Yes. All right. Next.
Yes.
Like, stay on task. I don't know why I'm acting like that. Okay.
I'm not familiar with the brand or the person.
It's Il Makiage. And it is a collaboration with Rico Nasty. So sleek, cool on the outside. It's a colorful party on the inside. Let's see, shall we? Ooh. I don't know who Rico Nasty is. Somebody tell me.
No idea.
I think she's a rapper.
But it sounds like a shade from the Jeffree Star palette.
So here's the thing. I'm looking at this as objectively.
I'm sorry. This comment. You were in Audra's live last night in the audience, and I was dying at everything in the chat.
Oh man, I'm able to like look at it on my phone. I'm sorry.
Maquillage. That sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Yes, it will never. It's not going to touch the little thingly thing. But looking at this palette, here's the thing. I feel like the top 4 right are interesting colors, and then the rest of it, throw it in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
wish they look very similar. I don't
like like one palette that had the neons and the colors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't like this, like releasing the little tiny palettes with the bigger. I don't like that.
I don't either.
Feels cash grabby.
Well, of course it's cash grabby. That's not even my issue with it. My issue isn't even that it's cash grabby. Obviously, you want to make money. Why didn't you just put it all together and like charge the same amount? Like charge one price. That's what bothers me. Is it's inconvenient. That's what it is. I don't like the inconvenience of these.
I do understand why they do that on a marketing front, because if people love the people love Rico Nasty or Il Maquillage, they're going to buy both. If they like Rico Nasty, but they don't have any interest in neons, they probably would look at these 2 palettes and be like, I'll get the more neutral one. If they just like colors, I'll get the neon one. So I do get it. I just don't think there's enough variation.
Correct.
Because like even the neon one has a blue and it has a purple. So why put both?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't tell from this picture. The larger palette, are they mainly shimmers or are those matte shades in there?
Like
the purples and stuff specifically.
2 rows are shimmers, and then the bottom row is matte. Now,
which makes it really difficult to work with those neon colors, like to pair them together then, because there's not a lot of blending out options then.
Yeah. And then on the neon ones, it looks like everything is a shimmer except for that pink shade.
Which actually makes more sense because neon mattes are notoriously hard to formulate.
Yeah.
So rather than releasing some shitty ass 6-pan neon matte palettes,
Now there's an idea, Jeffree Star. Do a neon palette. You haven't done neons. You rave about your fucking formula. Put your money where your mouth is. Do a neon palette. Anyways, moving on. I'll get over it eventually, but
is
this Morphe?
This is Morphe. So
this big ass pressed glitters.
This is the main event collection. I don't know what is this like. Do they mean the main event? Like, do y'all know what the main event is?
Is this a showstopper? Because it's really not.
Because there's this place in Texas. I don't know if it's everywhere, but it's called Main Event, and it's just like a place where you go. You can drink and like bowl and play laser tag. So I was just wondering if this was like a cousin.
Oh, Nikki. Okay, thank you. Sorry, Il Maquillage. I knew the name sounded familiar. Right. It was the company that advertised getting your foundation for free for 30 days and then charged everyone. Okay.
Yeah, it's like 80. Well, because it's the foundation and the concealer, because typically you end up trying both. And so you get both and you end up paying like $80 at the end. And it's not 30 days. It's like, I feel like it's less than that, but I could be wrong.
This does kind of give me solar system vibes. I will say
I agree.
It's not the worst Morphe palette I've ever seen, but all the pressed glitters really turned me off.
Yeah, especially the really big ones. I feel like you could have just made those regular shimmers, and if you wanted to use pressed glitters, because I don't necessarily hate pressed glitter. I don't love it, but I also don't want a pan size that big of it either.
That's my gripe.
David Buster's
not all of them
palette.
They're not all made equal. So some pressed glitters I really don't mind, but
I don't need. And then there's others where I'm like, why are you stabbing my skin? Like my actual skin. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is it up close. It does kind of look like, you're right. It does look like a little solar system-ish vibe. Then it also, this is it swatched. I feel like the big one, I can't speak. The one on the far right that's super glittery and chunky. I feel like that one is beautiful, but will also destroy your life.
Yeah,
probably.
Like one piece of that gets in your eye and you're doomed.
Also, everyone is doing pressed glitters now because I'm assuming they're cheap as fuck. So
that would be my guess.
Might as well charge the same price, but replace a fourth of the palette or a third of the palette with pressed glitters.
And the problem with having them in such large pans as well is that they're usually suspended in that like gelatinous goop. And that shit dries out. So unless you're going to go ham for the first few months of owning that, it's wasted effort. You may as well just buy a loose glitter and use it when you want it.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is,
Color Story doesn't do it for me.
It does not. And then there's like lip crayons. They're calling them lip hits. But it's a lip crayon trio, which is basic bitch colors. That's fine. But realistically, like,
that light one's really light.
It is really light. That is like, I don't feel like that's anybody's nude, if I'm honest. I feel like that's...
Even the fairest of the fair, even just the color tone of it, I don't think would be overly flattering. I could be wrong, but...
Yeah, because it has that like pinky, almost gray tone.
Mm-hmm.
So it could work for a few people, but most people no. And it's a set, so you're not getting to choose one color.
Right.
Yes. So you would have to, like, if I were using this, I would probably line and like thick line with the darkest color, put a little bit of the middle in, and then like barely graze with that extra light, because if you use that super light one, I'm so sorry, but you're probably going to end up with Tyrone Bigum's mouth, and that's not cool. Then they also
do it for me, even me, because it's like so light and it's that drier texture. Like they don't look totally matte. I mean, I don't know, but yeah.
Oh no, Emily, you would end up with definite Tyrone Bigum's lips. Like it would be like I feel that it would be upon you. Then we have this brush set, which I am not a fan of Morphe's brushes. This is the
very inconsistent.
They are.
Is this palette with Mitchell? Like, is that, or is it just?
I really don't know. The brush seems to be separate.
Okay.
Like the brush set is like the Mitchell 6-piece brush collection and bag. I don't buy Morphe brushes because like they're hit or miss.
I'll say it's intelligent curation, just looking at the shapes, but I wouldn't buy it because I have used Morphe brushes in the past and have been very disappointed by them. Either they're scratchy or they fall apart very quickly. So they're not like, they might be cheap, but you're constantly replacing them. So then you're spending more than you would if you just invested in sound brushes to begin with. But the shapes of them are it's a good eye set in my opinion, but I just wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, it actually is a pretty decent set for set's sake, but it's just not.
And here's the thing though, it's $29, and for $29 I would say buy like Moda brushes if you're looking for an inexpensive brush set.
Yeah.
Moda would really like do you good, and you would be so much happier with that, because like I use Glitter Fallout's code for like also like anytime I want to buy them. So and then another pro tip when you're buying brushes, like if you find a brush set or something that you like and you like all the brushes in it, like maybe I'm just nuts, but I go and I buy like 2 more of that set, and then I have lots of the brushes that I like and I know I like. So, you know.
No, it's helpful for when you're doing like really colorful looks or whatever, using a lot of different shades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube, so it's like you have to have enough brushes. And there's a fanny pack, so, you know, good times. No, just kidding. There's never a good time with fanny packs. So here we are with the ColourPop land. It's the Candyland by ColourPop. I felt so sad because Butte Bean was saying in her video, she was like, I mean, who doesn't love Candyland? And I was like, I don't.
I've never played it. I don't even know the premise of the game. I have no idea.
I was into Sorry and Hungry Hippo.
I
played Sorry, but I was never that sorry.
But I don't really remember it as like a game that I love. Like I feel like we played Sorry. We played, was it Trouble? There was one.
Ooh, like, Trouble was good.
And this collection is just like, there's something about, so this is a really weird one because like, okay, so this is in collaboration with Hasbro. It's not just like it's Candyland inspired. Like they collabed with Hasbro. They released a board game in these pastel tones for $145. Which,
what?
Why not just do the palette in the colors that Candyland is actually in?
Yes, that makes no sense.
And I also Olivia makes a good point. This reminds me of the ColourPop. This reminds me of the Latte 2 palette from Kristen Dominique. But also, I did a collage. If you look at this palette compared to the pastel trio they released, the two different garden ones they released, it looks like they've released the same palette like 7 times, back to back to back. Not just in the last year, but back to back to back to back. And I just don't understand.
Angela, I played Perfection as well, and I blame Perfection for my anxiety issues now. That game stressed me the fuck out.
It's not quite like that palette, but it does remind me of it.
Yeah, this would remind me of the Rustic Lamb from Dominique. I already have this. So I think, here's the thing. It's hard to get me on childhood nostalgia. And I think maybe it's because I was born in the 80s and I grew up in the 90s, which means I have a healthy, sarcastic, snarky, like, stop stealing my childhood feeling. Mm-hmm. So, like,
I relate more to 90s nostalgia than 80s, for sure.
Yeah. But I get angry.
I don't remember much of the 80s.
I think I actually just get angry about it. Yeah, I'm like, you're trying to,
and we're just like,
feel a certain way, and I'm not about that. Stop it, suit.
And also, like, then you question the age demographic as well, right? Because if they're trying to tap into nostalgia, and yet it's marketed towards, like, this would be great for, like, teens, tweens, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a missed marketing opportunity then. Because I don't resonate with that.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
And again, it's so light. It's so, like, not even making much of an effort to make it slightly inclusive, it seems like. And because it's the same, like, you see the swatches, it looks the same as so many other palettes they've released. So they're basically saying, we know you're going to dig it because it has a solid theme, marbleized super shocks, rollerball glosses. I saw a lot of people freaking out over those, again, for nostalgia.
I did not like those when I was young. I hated that.
Powder. I love them, but I also know I've evolved past that. Even this kind of shit, I would have fallen for this, for ColourPop. A glossy, balmy thing. I love that. I have one that I got recently from L'Oreal, even though I know L'Oreal's a trash company. I'm wearing it tonight. I love these kinds of products, but I don't want to reward lazy behavior is what
Well, and I just like when I'm looking at it, I'm not particularly excited because, like you said, it's not really inclusive, and I can't see any looks that I can really make out of this other than smashing that brown, like, but it's shimmery, but smashing that brown on my eye, doing a cut crease with maybe the purple and maybe the green. That yellow is too light, but that's about all I could do for me. I mean, I'm not super skilled or anything, but like, I'm just saying that's not my vibe. And looking at the swatches, this is why I'm saying that. Like, I'm looking at the swatches.
The swatches tanked this for me. Like, I wasn't interested in anything else but the eyeshadow palette, because the pastels, I like pastels, I do. But then I saw the swatch and was like, what are you going to do with that? They're not even going to show up on me, and I'm not exactly dark. Like, I'm not even tan, for God's sake. Like, it's
sidewalk chalk. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a little rough, and I feel like ColourPop's been leaning way too heavily on their nostalgia collabs, and I would like to see them get out of that. I think that they're in a rut, if you want my honest opinion, because like I think that aside from ColourPop being the fast fashion of makeup, I also think that the reason I'm not interested in ColourPop is because they haven't put out anything interesting to me in a really long time. Like the last time I was super interested by ColourPop was like the Yes Please palette. Like that was a long time ago.
I liked her little monochromatic series when they kind of just started getting super redundant, and I was very excited about the black and white palette. But these roller balls don't do it for me. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies, roller balls. I don't know.
Roller balls freak me out too. Lip skin. That's what it is lip skin. I get like, listen, I'm going to gross y'all out, and if I have to live with this, so do you. But it's the lip skin. You're like, you get gold lip skin on the roller ball and just keeps like rolling back in.
That's why I don't like perfume roller balls. You see, like your skin detritus floating at the bottoms.
I've seen skincare roller balls, and this is why I don't like skincare sticks or roller balls.
Yeah, let's just say no to roller balls. Let's just make it a blanket statement.
Yes, no more rollerballs. Like, please stop doing that.
And I think that Faces by Gina made a good point when she ranted. I think she might have taken it down off her IG stories, but it's like, it's okay. I like fall, but I also like summer, and I don't like to push towards like going to losing more daylight. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Because, seasonal affective disorder / depression. Woo! But it's August. They could start releasing fall releases, honestly, at this point. To release yet another pastel palette, pastel-ish neutral palette in August, like, it's literally just fun.
It's
everything
silliness.
is a cash grab, but it's just silly. Yeah.
It's silliness.
Yeah. I don't get it. See, Carly has a really good point.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, grab that one.
Sorry. Yeah. They could have done a swirly. I've seen brands do that before, and it's basically like a moisturizing core swirled with color. It's not that challenging, but you know, they want to be cheap. So
it's just not visually stimulating. So boop, boop, boop.
Ooh, I agree with Carly. A Nightmare Before Christmas palette would be dope.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I don't want anybody to do it because I feel like they're going to fuck it up. Like, this is why I don't like them anymore. Because
don't give it to Urban Decay. They had the market on friggin' Game of Thrones and they messed it up. How do you mess up Game of Thrones?
They've tried Betty Boop.
All these brands have.
They've tried Jessica Rabbit. Boo. Like, all of it has been trash. And, like, none of it has embodied the actual character. And it's boring-ass bitch makeup that they're just slapping a cartoon character on, being like, look, there's a cartoon character for our same basic bitch makeup. Over to you. You know,
I was gonna say, we'll get there later. We actually went through and saved a lot of the ones that we want to talk about, and then Sherry was kind enough to tell us about that one, so we'll get there.
So here is the Fenty drop. It has some new shades. They have the Pro Kisser lip balm. So whoop-de-doo, yay! We got balm. We got some brow shit. We got some eyeshadow palettes.
Actually colorful mascara is what that is. They released like a burgundy and green mascaras, I think.
Oh no, but they also have brow things.
Oh, and the brow wax.
That top right, the brow thing.
I thought it was lip gloss, lip balm.
Oh yeah, I don't know. This is okay. So okay. I'm actually mostly interested in these palettes because I've heard I feel like people really like most of people like the lip glosses from Fenty. So I'm sure those are nice. Ew.
And these are balms, and then their glosses are different. I don't know shit about the balms.
These are like liquid lip balms.
I don't like that it's so big and it's grossed me out, so I'm going to switch. But like, and I'm sorry,
I was like, just stop on the page, move.
I'm sorry. Move. It really was. I was starting to get that funny feeling in my stomach because like. I feel like not only am I a texture eater, like I'm textual, like visually textual. You know what I mean? So like I could see it just started fucking me up. This is what I'm interested in because like here's the thing: their last eyeshadow palette was a dud for me. So I'm wondering.
These were a dud for me.
Oh,
I tried. I had 2 of them, and I returned them because they creased. They were not pigmented. They did not blend well. I did not have a good experience with them. These colors look beautiful.
Yeah,
I am gun shy. I won't buy them, but I did order the mascara and the lipstick.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, that's
I'm gonna wait for more reviews because I do think that these are pretty, and I think these are even prettier than some of their original color stories.
Yeah.
But what I find weird is that their swatches don't match up with the colors in the pan. Which that's fair enough. That doesn't always happen. But the green one looks significantly deeper than what's in the pan, which surprises me.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of these marketing images are photoshopped in a number of different ways. So there's that. I think that like a lot of people in the chat were saying that the darkest green in the green palette is a shimmer. As somebody who has coated my eyes with shimmer tonight over mattes, I don't really care. I don't mind that myself. And a lot of deep shimmers can sometimes buff out and look more satin. So yeah, we'll see.
I love the Stunna lip paints, so I snapped that Underdog up so goddamn fast because it's gorgeous.
I like the Mademoiselles. Like those Mademoiselles are the shit. I actually really like those.
Those are good too.
Amazing.
But great lip products. I didn't order the lip balm, but
yeah, I'm thinking to buy the Mademoiselles. I'd heard such weird things, and I think I swatched one on my hand, and I was like, I don't know if this is for me. And then I'm so anti-liquid lipsticks these days that I would love to try one of these dark colors like Underdog or Undefeated or Uninvited. But
I would recommend not Uninvited. That's the black one, right?
Okay.
Or is that? Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I have it. It's not the best black liquid lipstick out there.
Yeah. The formula of these matte Moselles is actually really nice. It is not extra dry and crispy. And I mean that. It's not extra dry and crispy. It stays on for frickin' ever. If you want to put a gloss on top of it, you can. When the gloss wears off, the color is still there. So I don't have problems with the matte Moselles. But like, okay, does anybody else hear Pussycat Dolls when they see Unbutton? Like, is anybody else hearing that? Like, I'm telling you to loosen because you make threaten. Ha. Sorry.
I'm just laughing though that literally the chat is personifying what my issue with Fenty is that I think they're really hit and miss. Like I literally see so Emily is like the matte Moselles are May. Calla Lily likes the Marrakesh palette, but I know that you didn't like
I did not like it.
Palette. I know a lot of people didn't like it, including Audra. Like, and everyone's like, why are eyeshadows so hard to make? And I just think most mainstream brands don't care. They release them because they know that's what people want. But it's like, I'm sorry, if indie brands can do it so much better and oftentimes for cheaper, why can't mainstream? Why can't Urban Decay? Why can't Fenty? Why can't somebody like Tarte or Too Faced? Like none of those brands do I try their formulas and think, oh yeah, I want to keep using this product.
Yeah, because like the weird thing about it is like I have zero qualm having a few palettes, like especially because I have singles. So like the eye look today, I have the black is from the Oasis palette, and then I have on Give Me Glow shades, and I have on Lethal in here. Like I have, and then the Juvia's Place is on here. Like I have no qualms about like doing all of that good stuff. So it's just I'm not willing to take a gamble.
Yeah. I think we expect different from Rihanna. I think that this brand has a lot of diehard fans and stans.
Yes.
And I've tried some amazing things from Fenty, and then I've tried some things that I don't like. So I just think I think of it like most mainstream brands. They're very hit or miss.
I'm just going to say it. This brand gets by because it's Rihanna. That's it. Moving forward.
You're right.
I think when it does well, it does really well, in my opinion. But I just find there's a lot of inconsistency across the line.
And I'm not saying that to be mean. Let me just reiterate. Like, I'm not saying that to be like a bitter
but I
ass
completely
bitch.
agree with you. Yeah.
I'm saying it because it's like, if this was any other brand, we would be talking massive shit about everything. But it's Rihanna, and there's people who are Rihanna stans, and therefore they love Rihanna. So you can't not like her products. I disagree with that, but that's okay.
My fingers are firmly crossed that green mascara shows up.
I'm telling you,
I looked at the pictures on Sephora, and honestly, they didn't look like I couldn't tell that they were a different color on the lashes.
I saw pictures of the green on, I don't remember which site I saw it on, and the green looked like it would show up to play. The burgundy did not. And my experience with burgundy mascaras is that they don't, not on my lashes, which are black, but I'm hoping the green will. I'm really hoping the green will.
So the colorful mascaras, at least in Sephora, were only in minis. I actually think that's the smartest thing that you could do.
Yeah.
Because people will like stand and buy the full-size mascara, but it's like you don't actually need that.
No, especially the colored mascara, you're not going to wear it all the time.
Yeah, really.
I figure with all of these, like burgundy seems to be kind of the shade for this fall. And I figured the green mascara would go well with a burgundy eyeshadow, whereas the burgundy mascara would get lost in that. So, and I'm all about burgundy. That makes my green eyes go like, boop. So I'm all about the burgundy eyeshadow.
Yeah.
So I'm buying these. I'm okay, let me just rephrase. This is BH Cosmetics is bringing us summer vibes. I'm not sure why they waited until August, but that's okay. So
I'm blaming the pandemic on everything.
I will, because a lot of
then again, I didn't get color pop that, but whatever.
You're right, though, because if you look, we can give it to them, though, because if you look, a lot of people's collections right now are basically the summer because they kept thinking that summer was going to happen and then it didn't. So I'm way into these, like I like face mist, not for setting makeup. I'm not a setting sprayer. I like to use a face mist, like I do my skincare and then like, and I spray my face so I look like a dewy ass bitch because you know what? Between Emily and Thorne talking about how great it is to just look like you fell off of an oil truck. Like I'm happy with that. I want to be gleaming. I want to be glowy at all times. I want to look slightly sweaty or all the way sweaty. I just want to look moist. And I said the word. So
moist. We all want to look moist. You don't want to say the word, but that's what that's what a lot of us want to look like.
Moist.
Oh, you just forget to okay. We're gonna move on from that.
So they have one that's in prime. So one is hydrating. One is one's a prime, one's refreshing, and then one does some other shit. I can't remember. There's
setting ones. It looks like
there's set, refresh, and prime. I would get the refresh. I'm buying the refresh and the hydrating. I don't want the set.
I see the refresh is watermelon scented. Yes, if it goes on sale or if it gets to Ulta and goes on sale, it'll be mine. See, my thing with BH is BH always goes on sale, drastic sale, usually on their own website, but sometimes on Ulta. So I have a hard time buying something brand new, full price. But
I don't buy anything. I've never purchased from BH full price, ever. Oh, dude, that's my flex.
I want to look like Danessa Myricks did my base, okay?
Yes.
Maybe at the end of the stream, we go over to Danessa's base. Previewed a glittery thing that is coming who knows when that looks fucking ridiculous.
Do you want me to upset you right now, Emily?
Sure.
Had you been thinking about those little, what are those things? Wait. Oh my God. It's okay. They're having some kind of 50% off bundle sale. I don't know. Nobody wants the Brazil, but it's a bestie thing. I'm nobody wants the Brazil. I have that. Actually, it was a nice palette. And then they also have
BH.
Yeah, BH is having a sale right now.
They always are, though. That's what I'm saying. They are always having.
They always have a sale.
And this is, I don't know why they showed this to me. They're this is the one that's illuminating because that looks disgusting. Moving on. So they're available $14.50 each. You can really get them for $10. I think they're $10 on the site right now.
I'm not buying this until I hear reviews.
The Sol de
Janeiro. They did me dirty with that coconut cream shit that smelled like rancid popcorn. I can't. I'm scared of them.
Fuck Sol de Janeiro. I don't like them.
I don't like them.
No, I don't like them.
And I like their shampoo and conditioner. I do, but everything else I've tried for them has been wildly uninspired. It just has been bleh.
On Hecate's Hounds, I cannot understand the people who fucking keep saying that the Bum Bum cream is so great. I just don't understand why none of you have used a real body butter. It's hurting my feelings.
Also, buy the fucking spray if you like the scent. That's my thing.
Yeah.
If you really like the scent, because that's how you can re-up. You don't have to rub your body down with lotion every time you want to smell like that. I don't know.
It isn't hydrating. And I feel like the people who think that it is they don't know what hydration is.
It's just
my skin is like butter. My
Yeah.
skin is buttery, okay? When you touch me, you know you are touching me. You are impressed. You are in awe. Nobody has ever touched my skin once and walked away. They've touched it one time and then been come back. Oh, that's not Bum Bum cream, bitches. I'm so sorry. I went on a tangent.
And I just don't care about fancy tinted lip balms and lip butters. And
I apologize for ranting angrily about Bum Bum
cream. And I just the picture. They just look very matte and they look like they'd be very drying.
They look dry as fuck. But look, these are giving them
they look
wet on the outside.
They're pretty colors. I'll say they're pretty colors. I'd wear all three of those, but they don't look like they're going to be comfortable.
No.
It's tinted lip butter.
No.
I don't know what that means.
again, Revlon did that like 10 years ago with their lip butters.
Yeah.
But they actually looked glossy and sheeny. These might look glossy on the lips, but the way the texture that they put on the outside of the bullet makes them look velvety, moussey almost in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
I am here to play. Everybody, if you have watched The Hills, I am okay, anyways, we're not going to sing any weird
I never watched The Hills.
I watched The Hills like a motherfucker. I am not ashamed to admit. I did not watch like the re-up Hills that they did, but I watched The Hills. I was never a Lauren Conrad fan, to be honest. I was all about I liked Kristen Cavallari. Kristen was my bitch. I love Kristen. Listen, I stand Kristen. Whatever she comes out with,
right to the point.
I'll buy it.
Like Lively Rock, not my aesthetic. Yeah.
it's very Lauren though. It's very like basic.
It's on brand.
It's very boring. It's very beige. She's beige. Like not her skin. Like beige is a personality. She's a beige personality.
I don't even know what she does anymore, but like is she went to
fashion. Listen, she has a fashion line at Kohl's. She has shoes at Kohl's.
She's making money. She's a businesswoman. It's basically what it is.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't hate this, but nor am I compelled to buy it.
Yeah, no.
I feel like I probably have it a million times over in my collection already, and I don't need it. But I mean, the pictures are pretty. She did the marketing pictures are great. But
who was this couple? Why can't I think of their names?
Heidi and Spencer. I hate that I know that.
Spidey. I hated Spidey with everything.
Spencer Pratt. Yeah.
Spencer Pratt is a Pratt. It's ironic that his last name is Pratt, but she's
taupe personified. That's Lauren Conrad.
She really is. She's just like, that's her right there.
And Katie, every fashion line that you buy from that has any of these lines that are in like Macy's and department stores, they're all private label. That's a different conversation.
Remember when they used to do those like blind taste test commercials where it was like Pepsi or Coke and you couldn't tell and all that? I feel like you could line up Lauren Conrad and Ashley Tisdale and Selena Gomez's, all of their products, and you would never know which one it is.
That's
like
true.
There's nothing that individuates them. They're just all the same product, just different labels on them.
Well, to me, this just makes me think of like RMS Beauty and Glossier, but done worse because I don't know.
Did you hear that they're closing a bunch of their stores, Glossier?
I didn't even know they had stores.
They do.
And I was like, good. That's not nice.
It sounds like it would be attached to like a Lululemon or something. That's just what I view their clientele as being.
In New York, it's actually like it's a nicer shopping experience than a lot of other places that I've been to. That doesn't mean I endorse it by any means. But this, I will say with Lauren Conrad, supposedly everything is recyclable materials, the packaging. So, I mean, there's something there, I guess.
Well, we'll give kudos where they're due. That's fine.
Well, it says it comes in eco-friendly packaging and it's made with 100% recyclable material. I don't know exactly what eco-friendly means, and this isn't against her brand. It's against every brand that uses it because I don't know what does eco-friendly mean. Does eco-friendly mean that if it goes into the landfill, which a good 90% of our trash does, so if it hits the landfill, is it compostable? Like what happens to it? Like,
that's they need to actually expand if they're going to use that language.
Yeah. So. Because they just keep using these like buzzwords, but she's taupe personified and it's her brand, and I'm not going to buy it. But for anybody who loves Lauren Conrad, go get it. If Kristen Cavallari comes out with bad bitch lipstick, I'm buying it. Like that's fact. I'm not going to lie.
Is this the Natasha Denona? I can't even speak.
Yes.
I'm drunk. I'm having rum tonight, and I should never do rum.
We've told you this.
Say this whole liquid multi-chrome trend makes no fucking sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either. Why would you want
to see them in person before I would buy something like that?
Because
here's my question.
Go ahead, Audra.
Why do you want a multi-chrome that's liquid and going to be crusty? Like I've never used it. Like it's always crusty. It always
liquid
comes
shadows. Here's the thing: is that in my experience, and I've tried a lot, most liquid shadows that look opaque in color are crusty, flaky, kind of weird like that. A lot of these, so like I know Ciate has released them, Natasha Denona, Kristen Dominique, and if you do a sheer wash, like I think they could be pretty, but that's not multi-chrome to me. Like when you do a sheer wash of the ones that I've seen, they look more duochrome. And I have so many powder duochrome eyeshadows that are easy as fucking pie to put on my eyes. Why would I mess with the liquid shadow?
Yeah, I just like, I have one. I'm gonna say
I like liquid matte shadows, but I don't know that this would work out well.
Yeah.
Like this shade I have on my finger. I don't know if it's showing up for y'all, but I have this like little shade on my finger, and like I'm gonna see if it'll. Do y'all see anything?
I can see a little like purple, like 2 shades of purple kind of shifting.
Yeah, so it has a gold in there too, but like it's only showing from the top because of how I have my lighting set up. But it's like, but if this feels good, I don't want my liquid. Could we just stop making liquid eyeshadow? That's all I'm asking for. Yeah. Please stop doing it. I haven't found where it has ever been nice on my lids, and I've tried, like you have, Emily, I've tried various forms and various brands, and it's all crust.
Yeah.
I've had some good experiences with some, but only with matte ones. I've had really good experiences with some matte ones, but I don't know the level of opacity that you need to build up to really get the effect from these. I have no idea. I would wait for reviews.
This is a big thing. People are hyping Natasha Denona up on this when indie brands have been doing it for a hot minute. Natasha is also saying these are the first ever eye safe liquids. How do you fucking know that?
So fuck JD Glow then.
JD Glow came out with them like 2 months ago, didn't they?
Yeah. Also, I wouldn't even buy JD Glow liquid multi-chromes. I've seen a couple of
like Davina has
reviews. They don't have liquid, but they have powder. But here's the thing: is that so I've heard people say that liquid multi-chromes are helpful because the black base of powder multi-chrome can be tricky to handle if you are like kind of not as familiar with them. That's fair, but like they're not the same. Like what you're going to get from a powder multi-chrome from even Pat McGrath, from JD Glow, from, Terra Moon, from Cleona is different than what you're going to get from these kind of liquid multi-chromes. Yeah. And I'm also with Katie in that hooded eyes and liquid shadow are a no-go. Stop trying to make them happen.
These are going to be a lot stiffer than a powder.
Because the thing is, if you have any lines or folds in your eyes, prepare for like it to crust, and then like this, you're just gonna have this weird lines of emptiness on your face, and you're just gonna be sad. Like, and I understand being sad. I would be sad too if I wound up looking like a damn fool, thinking I was cute.
Say, like the JD Glow liquids do look kind of rough. Is that the one you have, or do you have a powder, Sherry? Because I have powder JD Glow multi-chromes that are amazing. And like this eye, this is really pretty, but it's not really I don't think it's what people expect when you say multi-chrome, like eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Like this kind of like blowing it out all over is a pretty effect, but the slide before that, where it was densely put on the lid, I didn't think it looked good.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a video of it, but if you, I don't know if I can play it without muting myself. So, or maybe I can. No, I cannot.
Oh, and this is the other part of it, is that Natasha's regular liquid eyeshadow formula didn't get very good reviews. They went on sale really quickly.
Yeah, they're still on sale.
So I wanted to pull this kind of video forward a little bit because I kind of watched this at one point. Look at like that line. Do you see how it's that like perfect little line like that, right? So this is the prime reason why I despise liquid eyeshadow.
You got to blend the shit out of them, and you got to be fast. And with the multi-chrome, blending them out is going to be difficult.
Yeah,
you'll lose the effect.
So then you just have like smeared bullshit on your eye, and you're looking.
Or
fat.
you can get that more sheared out version that she showed, but again, when you're talking about multi-chromes, in my opinion, people are thinking about the ridiculous, like, Cleona JD Glow ones, in my opinion. And
they are.
I think that is what you're getting with this. To me, this image looks like a multi-chrome. When it was like firmly on the lid like that, I got more kind of duochrome feelings. And if you're going to charge me Natasha Denona prices, I want multi-chrome.
They're $28 each.
Also, this Liquid Shadows Dry.
That's hefty.
Yeah, that's the other thing is a liquid shadow. You have to be, I'm going to say this right now. If you want liquid shadow, that's your business. Have a good time. But realize that like these are $28. And as soon as you open this hoe bag, you probably have at most 3 weeks. Like at most 3 weeks.
Longer than that. I hope.
I would imagine a little bit longer, but they're not
I've had them last like 3 months to 6 months on a bad range.
That's because you're responsible makeup users. Do you know how many people completely forget to like close it all the way? Like just letting even like a little bit of air just be it. You know, when you're getting ready and you're like start closing it, you don't close it all the way. There's a lot of shit I don't close all the.
I like that.
Why did I hear this in your voice, Tony? Like I actually did hear that in your voice. So it just I just don't get it. Like to me, in a lot of ways, if you want to like make a shadow, like if you have a few shadows that you want to make be more like multi-chrome like, so yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Hi, Rena. That's exactly how I feel. I just feel like what are you gonna do? You spit in it, Faye? I'm sorry, that was uncalled for.
Mixing medium, actually, which is
I'm totally
but
I know I'm being gross.
I know. For $28, you don't want to have to F around with something like that.
That's the thing.
I like that, Audra. Okay for you, but for me, I forget. Yeah, and I think that's my thing is like I got really into the Stila glitter and glows, and for a while it was one of the only ways I could get glittery eyeshadows that kind of sticked. But once I like stuck to my eyes and weren't super flaky, once I figured out how to work with them. But once I found NYX glitter glue and the multitude of indie shadows that are glittery, shimmery, dimensional, I was just like, oh, bye, Stila, I don't need you.
Yeah, I mean, and that's my thing here is I just feel like I feel like you get more bang for your buck when you're using a powdered shadow. Like when you're using an actual powdered shadow, especially when it comes to multi-chromes, duochromes, all of that. Like you want to be able to have the flexibility to move it around, and you can use a lot of your intense glitters. You can make them do this kind of stuff if you want to. So a lot of it's just like playing with like the edges and blending it out. So you can do this too. So it is what it is. All right.
Yeah, not for me.
This is just a quick notification that Charlotte Tilbury has some mascara coming soon. And if you really want to get excited, the whole reason I brought this up is because of this. What the fuck is that? What the actual fuck?
Let me tell you, when I saw that it was called Pillow Talk, I thought for sure it was going to be a fucking pink mascara. Nope.
I was not expecting that.
It's just a
I didn't even look at this post. Like when I saw that Charlotte was releasing mascara, I was like, okay, keep moving.
Were you not ready for this? You weren't ready for her riding the mascara?
It's time for another cider. I'll be right back.
Like, that's why I brought this here, because no, sir, do not start. We already did that. Do not start with
I was up to some shit.
He's starting his bullshit because I'm like having a good time and he's just trying to be like a pain. As I always think about like right before all of this, even surfing the Crimson Wave, which I'm doing, and he's still being like a little shithead. See, he's going back over because he knows.
Like I don't get like I'm not a prude. I'm truly not a prude, but I just don't understand this, especially from a brand like Charlotte Tilbury. I don't get it.
It's been a night of discomfort.
It is very uncomfortable. Like when I saw that, I was just like, I'm uncomfortable and I don't know why. Did you say, is she writing a tampon?
Also, does Charlotte think this mascara is better than sex? Again, actually, Alex the Alchemist said this earlier, how they're asexual, but the orgy palette turns them even further away from allosexuals. And I feel the same way about that with the Charlotte mascara. I'm like, if this is what you think is a good time, I'm glad I'm ace. I'm going to stay over here.
Yes, like what the fuck, NARS orgasm qualified other products. I just think that it's such a weird, like I was not prepared for that. So
I'll take a picture of my fat, beautiful self on lipstick, writing lipstick. That's all.
Like somebody's comment said she's writing that mascara because she's been riding that pillow talk wave to death.
Oh, and I like Gabby's just like subtle, like, wait, is this supposed to be her? Like, that cartoon is not accurate to real life.
This is facts.
No, is that an Adam and Eve collab?
Listen, you are who you want to be. You are who you want to be.
I object strenuously. I want it noted on the record. I object.
To writing mascara or?
Yeah, to the imagery. I just object. No.
I don't care how old you are. Like, if she wasn't, like, she could have been riding a fucking unicorn on a pillow who has on the mascara. Like, that would have been okay. But, like, actually writing the mascara is making me uncomfortable.
Oh, that's true. Writing a unicorn that has, like, big-ass lashes, that could have been weird. But
yeah. Weird and fun. But it's like, here's the thing. I watch pornography. And if I want to see pornography, I'm going to go watch it. Do you understand? I'm going to go watch the pornography, and it's going to be exciting. And it's not going to be weird shit like this. It's not going to be a weird ass orgy palette. It's not going to be some bitch riding mascara. Like, it's going to be classy. It's going to be real classy pornography. It's going to be, you know, those two very needy ladies who are trying to help the other lady on the street, you know? That poor...
I object strenuously.
That poor innocent young hitchhiker.
The level of my objection.
Like, no, we're not doing this.
I'm just saying, if I want to see that, I seek it out, and they pick up that poor innocent hitchhiker on the streets, and the two ladies just generously
trying to be the mom and Mean Girls.
Help her out. They help her on the streets.
So what are these shadows here? What's going on?
Oh, this is a fun new party by Unique Beauty. And I said it's unique because there's an E in it.
And so this is from Unique?
Unique Beauty.
Not Unique, the MLM.
Okay.
No.
Like, why are we talking about MLMs? Yeah. Okay.
EUNI.
It looks like the Jaclyn Hill Vault palettes. Am I right?
They're little fashion palettes. Yeah. These are in pounds. I don't know if we can get them here, but I just found them very interesting and fun.
Cute packaging.
Yeah.
I like the little magazine. Yeah.
I like that.
I don't mind the color stories because I feel like they're playing around with different colors. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting one to throw in. Like,
I would use them as a collective. Like, I don't know that I would use each individual palette by itself.
Yeah.
I'd want to combine, but I think it's cute.
Yeah, I'd probably get all of them together if I could. I just think that they're cute. They're simple. They're easy. It doesn't look like you're going to have a hard time putting together a look. Sir, get the fuck out of my bag. You know what's up.
Stephanie coming in with some info. He's blacked by two sisters.
Yeah, look how cute
that is. I'm going to write this shit down because I'll forget.
Are you trying to write this down?
No, I'm writing down the merch requests from people here.
Strenuously object. Yeah, I just think
it's
cute.
I think
the branding is cute because it's like fashion and travel. I don't know how accurate the swatches are. Somebody asked if they were photoshopped. They could be, but yeah, 6-pan palettes. Exactly. I like seeing more of those.
I like small curated sets. I truly do.
They are not photoshopped.
Because of the Cheers photo, Cheers watch.
It's because I can actually see.
There's a statement. These look like they will be pure ass juice. Good Lord, I feel uncomfortable. I strenuously object to the use of the word of ass juice.
Ass juice is inappropriate. Thank you. No, it's because I'm looking at the swatch and I can actually see the dust from other shadows on here. If you are looking at this on Trend Mood or whatever, you'll actually be able to see
shade names. I think that's cute. Cheers, drink to that. I think that's cute. Partay after partay. I like it. That's better than Glory Hole. That's better than Glory Hole all day long. There's not much that's worse than Glory Hole, frankly. Oh, except maybe ass juice. There'd be a shade name. Ass juice.
No,
I'm saying that with love in my heart.
I swear. Listen, if we're gonna keep going in this direction, I'm just gonna have my own palette, and there's gonna be a shade called Period Pad, and like used tampon. I mean,
that would be on brand, Audra. I like it. Really also, I like the I'm not a shopaholic. I'm helping the economy. I like those shade names.
I do too. It's like spender. I'm not a shopaholic. I'm helping the economy. High standard, trend, personal shopper, eat a dick. Like there's not one called eat a dick, by the way. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean they could have still photoshopped some of the details. I'm not gonna say that. I don't think anyone doesn't Photoshop these days, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I don't think the actual shades are photoshopped. I think they have darkened the actual arm. That's what I think is more photoshopped to make the colors pop. Does that make sense? Okay.
I'm intrigued. I'll look out for reviews. I'm not going to buy it, but I'll look out for reviews.
Especially from.
So speaking of Urban Decay,
okay,
they have the Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator, which
what the fuck is that? What kind of product is that?
I don't fucking know.
It looks like they're trying to do the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter Glow Primer thing. And I know you like that, so I know you would know that. Because it's like a glow hydrator. And they say it's like medium coverage. What? Come on.
And then you have the Stoned Vibes. Woo!
I still cannot figure out if these are pressed fucking glitters or if they're just like shimmery shit. Because those look photoshopped as fuck in that
when
picture.
They say creamy finish. Yeah.
It says... What it says is there are 8 prismatic shimmers and 4 mattes infused with genuine tourmaline for good energy.
This is the kind of thing that I would like to get in PR. I won't, but I would like to get in PR because I'd like to play with it, but I don't want to pay for it. Although, honest to God, if you wait a month or 2, it's going to go on sale because it's Urban Decay and everything goes on sale after 2 months.
Yeah, petition Urban Decay to get me this bitch.
Seriously, agreed. I would review the shit out of this. I would put, if they're not pressed glitters, and their actual like dimensional shimmers, I would put them all fucking over my eyes, depending on what they look like. But yeah,
I like the packaging. I'm intrigued. Yeah. I would like to see it in stores. I don't necessarily from this picture alone. I wouldn't go out and buy
glitter and Vaseline. Let's hope not.
And they might be. Who the fuck knows? But I like the packaging. I can get behind it. I think the choice of mattes is smart because it's going to work with all of those shimmers. Yeah. I just want to know the texture of the shimmers.
Yeah, I honestly wish they hadn't have done the mattes because I think they could have done like a 6-pan or a 10-pan of all shimmers because like there are colorful shimmers in there. I'm personally not going to do a neutral matte with shimmers, but I also know that I'm not the audience for this. But yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, that wine done kicked in. I apologize.
But this, I have like a rum vodka hybrid going there. This is a court palette for me, my friends. This is a court palette. I would wear that to court because you get the fun with like the shimmer things, but then you get the neutral mattes and all. I would wear that shit to court. There you have
Kara,
it. People always ask me.
Hey, Kara.
What?
You remember when I had that moment where I said berry? I just had the same moment when you said court palette, and I was like the basketball court?
Yes. When I am playing basketball for the fucking Raptors, I will be yelling to the gods. That is, you don't want to see me play basketball. I'm terrible at it. But yes.
And a lot of people in the chat were mentioning this reminds them of the Huda, like marbled kind of shadows. If it's that kind of formula where it's really shimmery and this goes on sale, I will probably buy it. And I might repan it and just save the packaging and look at it because it's pretty.
Yeah. I like the packaging. I'm on board with
I like the packaging. Yeah.
Just a quick note so that y'all understand, because I'm looking at this other page, I'm not looking at myself here. So I tend to forget that I'm on camera at this point. So I would like to apologize for all of my weird movements and random dancing.
Whatever. We're here for you, Audra.
Next in our lineup. Okay. So next we're going to here it is. It's a Kardashian collab. Did you yawn because of this or
Yes. That is, yeah, we're acting over here.
That's her best friend, Allison. And they're doing duck lips in 2020. All right. So.
Yawn.
Wow. Okay. Listen, I'm trying to. Yo.
You are trying to be fair. You are.
I am trying to be fair, but what the fuck is wrong with that arm at the top, yo?
The arms are.
Yeah, there's some weird elbow action going on. However, this palette still makes more sense than the Jeffree Star one.
Except for Malibu and Road Trip are the same shade. Anyways.
This is very true.
That. This is new. Agreed.
Is Kim Kardashian, like, she's just basically a wet towel, right? Like, is that what she is? Like, does she have a personality? I've never watched the show. I have zero interest, but, like, her brand makes me think that she is just...
If Kim were here right now, she would go, Kara.
That's her best friend. I give this as well.
That's the voice that I've given to my dog.
I have a personality, okay? I don't like it.
But would she even respond? Because she's rich. Why would she give a fuck about three?
She was really boring in her sex video. Like, for God's sake. She is a wet blanket.
First, I would have to be wet.
What? I don't know her.
Haven't been there in
dry towels. I like
wow. How much trouble are we going to get in for this? I feel like it's a lot.
I'll get into trouble. Sorry, Emily, about your channel, but
I told you guys earlier. I was like, and you guys trying to do that. That I don't care. I'm going to shit talk. Shit talk.
Come here.
Oh shit.
The top and bottom have the same weird elbow action. Did they just change the color?
I feel like that's a possibility. Like, so you admit that you see what's happening with the elbow.
She's wet bread.
Did you say wet bread?
How do you know who Kim Kardashian is?
Thorne said wet bread.
Oh, I can't.
They look like the same arm to me.
Do you know what a glory hole is?
I don't know shit. But
good. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, my baby's innocent.
They're not the same arm.
Oh,
I just checked out the
Kim Kardashian is, but she doesn't know what a glory hole is, so that's good. We'll have that conversation in precisely never.
Weird. The arms just look weird. I just don't.
I'm just confused, but yeah, let's stop looking at them because it's like making my butthole uncomfortable.
I
I'm sorry. Like, that's the feeling I get. Like, listen, when things make me... I'll explain this. Like, me and my mother have this thing where if we are made uncomfortable by a situation, we call it the booty hole shiver. You know that feeling where, like, your inner animal... Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, your inner animal. Like, your inner... Yeah.
It's the clinch. It makes sense.
Yes.
It's not, in my opinion, it's not out of left field. It's the clinch.
So it's like normal. Okay, so that's a normal thing. So like that's why we call it, like that's why I say it's making my booty hole uncomfortable because I'm getting that like that feeling where I'm like, oh, animal brains, like we need to get safe. So
do you know what a glory hole is, Kara? Oh my god.
Kara, I don't want to have to explain this to my children. Also, Kara, I'm going to explain to you what a glory hole is in like 10 years.
She doesn't know, and we're safe. It's fine. I'm not going to tell her.
Oh, listen. We're fine.
You don't need to know, honey. It's fine. Your life is better off not knowing. It's fine. Just never put your eye against holes in walls, okay?
Oof. That is actually factual, no matter how old you are.
Just promise me. Nothing good ever comes out of holes in walls, okay?
Fact.
You summed up what it is so perfectly that you never need to say anything else.
Correct. You've already done it. Like you saved her a lifetime of misery. Yo, so is anybody happy about this, Pat?
What's this?
This
is Pat McGrath.
Oh, I hear Barry cackling from upstairs.
Barry says, "Come here, Aspen. Let me enlighten you."
Don't you dare!
So I have bad news, and the bad news is I don't want it. Here's the thing:
That's not bad.
I don't like that packaging.
I don't like the packaging, and I also don't like Pat McGrath's matte lip formula that much. I've been trying to like it, and it's going bad. It's going bad. Like it's just so dry. Like I feel like I just the
Lux pants are really nice, but the matte ones, not so much.
So it says fall winter 2020 exclusively for Supreme New York. So probably not on Pat's website.
I'm sorry. What is Supreme? Oh, Supreme's a clothing line, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a kid, so I don't really know.
I don't know what any of that shit is. Like, I'm not interesting. I buy my clothes on ThredUp.
Yeah, I just have never cared about Supreme, so I don't really care about when they collab. I feel like they did did they collab with somebody else makeup-wise?
I have no idea. I don't know why that came out like that, and I apologize. It was unnaturally theatrical for no reason. Like, I don't.
So I'm just getting caught up on the chat. Sorry. Anyways, continue. Carry on.
Somebody is. And it's like these dry, and all the photos are really dry. That's the thing that's really bothering me. There's like, is it me or do these photos look dry as fuck? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like,
well, the lipsticks are very dry. I'm very disappointed with the matte ones.
Yes, it's like you put it on and you're like, how?
So they're a British brand, which makes sense because Pat is British. But wait, what? Isn't Auntie Pat also doing a collab with Sailor Moon? What?
And they're saying that we all wanted a red Supreme lipstick. Who wanted a red Supreme lipstick?
It just seems like Pat McGrath is above collabing somehow. Like she's too much for that.
She's too bougie.
You know what I mean? Like she's like, I'm on this level, y'all are down here.
Right. Somebody did a collab, but I don't remember who. Anyway, yeah.
I want to explain how confused I was by this situation. Okay. Because they're like new mini eyeshadow palettes. And for some reason I was like, didn't we already have these from Juvia's place? But I guess these are new minis. Not the same minis. So it took me a little bit to get my shit together. So anyway, they have the sweet pinks that has like deep fuchsia pinks and soft pinks and perfect shimmery sweet pink. Then we have the taupes. Obviously it's taupe. And then we have the mauve.
Lacey. Okay, sorry.
Hi, Lacey.
Hi, Lacey. I like the berries. I like the mauves, kinda.
So the weird thing is they already had a berries palette. So now they have more pink palettes, basically, is what happened.
That's why I got confused.
I kind of like the taupes one.
I know you do. I was expecting you to say that you liked the taupes one.
You know what it is? It's the second shade from the right that's getting me. It's like nothing else. Second shade from the right. That's what I like. And I like the gray.
The silvery one? Yeah.
Yes. I like the gray second from the bottom.
Well, they're $14. So
I'm okay with them expanding this minis line because, as we said, like 6-pan palettes. And I'm hoping I'm hoping that so they have discontinued the Tri palette, which is their green palette. I hope that they would do like a yellow mini and then a green mini. I know the Tribe is so good, and I only got it recently. But my issue with this is that when they launched these, there was no swatches. You couldn't even see the inside of the taupe palette online.
What?
You only saw the outside. Stupid. And so I feel like, I heard that Juvia's did the same thing with lipsticks. They didn't initially have swatches on their website. So I'm just one of those people where I'm like, you can't just wait for people to buy your product because you're Juvia's.
Yeah, see, my problem with the ordering from Juvia's is I have to keep it like under $20, so I only ever buy stuff if it's on sale because otherwise I get butt raped on the import fees. Like there's been times where I get.
You could have just said butt fucked.
I'm sorry,
but there's no consent. There is no consent.
$20 import.
That's true.
On a $20-some-odd purchase, it kind of feels like you're getting bent over the table without your consent. It's a little much. So.
See, that
kind of left field for me the first time, and I was like, "Oh Jesus, I wasn't expecting that," and I did not enjoy that experience. I objected.
See, in Texas, we say getting fucked with a sandpaper dildo because that's an unpleasant experience.
It truly would be.
Hey! Right here, I think Juvia's Place drops launches, so people will get the gotta have it now hype because they're at a price point where you could easily buy like all of the 6-pan palettes and not spend a huge amount of money. For me, they don't put swatches out. I just wait. I just like to wait. And I personally, even though I know it means less money going directly to the brand, I personally tend to shop on Ulta because I can use points. They usually let the drugstore coupons apply to Juvia. So I don't think they're bad palettes. Like actually, the more I look at the taupe palette swatches, I'm like liking it, but I don't know.
I like it, but I don't feel the need that I like have to go out and buy it. And Juvia's always has sales. Like they're constantly going 40% off. So like, wait, it'll happen eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not so revolutionary that you need it like right this second.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, I know that I can get it on sale on Juvia, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
Bam! This is P. Louise. Please. Sorry.
I'm kind of super intrigued by this. I've never used anything from them. I fully expect that those swatches are photoshopped, and yet, fool that I am, still wants this.
When I first saw this, I was like, I want it, even though I've literally never bought anything from P. Louise. And then once I actually looked, I was like, it's really literally just the
greeny yellow area?
6 rows in the middle. Yes, 5 to 6 shades in the middle. And I'm just like, they notoriously do like chunky packaging, like Jalapeno Staircase casket palette, but even bigger and thicker. So I'm good.
It's cute though. Like, I don't know where those noises are coming from. We're just gonna move forward. I'm so sorry.
Another brand I'm about.
Who is this?
Shop Peachy Queen or Peachy Queen.
It's one of those ones that like I know the name, but I have zero idea what they've done or who they are. Sorry, somebody was saying that they got dinged $50 on an import fee, and my heart goes out to you. Because
it's $33.95. That's a weird price.
Midas, wow.
It's a really weird price.
$3.95. It's very specific. Like, why not just $34? That shit never works on me when they're like, it's a marketing tactic. Put it at $33.99 and nobody will know. It seems so much cheaper. No, it doesn't. Give it a 0 and it looks cheaper to me.
Yeah.
What brand owner?
Oh, that's the thing. I think P. Louise brand owner.
It's Alice.
I can't keep up.
It's fine. It's
fine. You don't have to keep up.
Apparently, I'm a bad YouTuber.
You're not a bad YouTuber.
Ignore people. Ignore strangers. What the fuck do they know?
There's genuinely a lot of stuff that I really don't know. Like, oh no, did I tell this where it's shipping to? Okay, moving on. Sorry, I was distracted.
Peachy Queen is very they're pretty obviously private label in my book.
Yeah.
And they release a lot of palettes really quickly, which
I'm not familiar with them.
I just don't find them that interesting, and I don't find the color story that interesting.
Faced by Kareem. It's Hip Dot and Faced by Kareem. No, sir. No, don't start. This is mostly, I would say, uninteresting. Looks a lot
actually,
like.
Is it supposed to be inspired by Alice in Wonderland? Because there was
the Peachy Queen ones.
Yeah, the Peachy Queen was that.
Okay, yeah, okay,
not that Angry Kitty.
Okay.
That's the name of my band, Angry Kitty.
I just wanted to comment on this because I just wanted to say, yes, I apologize about that.
I apologize.
ATB, just because somebody else mentioned it.
Yeah, that's why.
Apology about that. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I use sandpaper dildo. That's the reason I use it.
Also, I don't think that the Alice palette from Peachy Queen was an actual collab. This is a collab, though. Sorry, just to clarify, because people were asking me.
Yeah, it's a collab. I don't. Who's Faced by Kareem? I feel like I know them.
I don't know.
Do I know them?
I don't know.
I don't know them. It's just another neutral palette.
Yeah. So like I don't like I saw it. It kind of reminds me of the Tati palette, and then there's just like, has anybody ever purchased anything from Hip Dot? I just want to know because like I see them all the time on my Instagram feed. I've never purchased anything. Is that Faced by Kareem?
I guess so. Yeah. I know that actually Lacey in the chat got the CashApp palette. That was on my list. I did want that one, but I didn't have the money at the time. And that was with
the Kesha Rose one.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Is that one still existing?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of cool aesthetically. Like, I like the animal print, but I literally just don't feel anything.
Yeah, I'm not into it. I tried. This is I thought this was going to be a closer look of the Urban Decay stone, but it's not. So I apologize for that as well. Now, this is Rebel Rogue Labs, and they have the Howlin' For You Halloween palette.
I love that.
Now, I like Howlin' For You because it's a play off of that song, Baby, I'm a Howlin' For You. You know the song?
I just have to say, I don't know that song. Maybe I do. Wait, I don't know.
It's by those guys.
I thought you were going to continue, and then you just didn't.
I started laughing because I did that thing again where I was like, it's by those guys. Like,
I think that this is a Halloween palette kind of done well. My only critique is that silver ghosted color is a pressed glitter.
Yeah, that's it. I don't like Ghosted could have not been like that. And it would have been perfectly fine. It would have been absolutely stunning. So I like the purple. I like Illusion, Menace. I love Shrink. I like Zoinks. Zoinks is a cute name. Like, I really like Zoinks because Scooby-Doo. Come on. I like all the colors. I just don't like the Ghosted, and it doesn't even look good swatched.
That song because it played on True Blood. Okay.
Yeah. I must admit, I can't explain.
Oh,
right?
This is a palette, but it's currently on pre-order, I think.
Yeah.
And I've never tried Rebel Rouge, so I probably won't pre-order it, but I'm intrigued.
But it's nice to see people be really excited about indie brands here. It's like loving the colors, these shades. I'm starting to see indie brands is where it's at. And that's really something I'm starting to see. Like, I know that now. Thank you, Emily. So these are all the picks. So what are y'all thinking? Anybody interested? Anybody want the Rebel Rouge Labs? I think it's cute and I would get it.
And Leary made a good point. I can forgive one pressed glitter. That's
for sure. I can forgive the one. So then we have this. So, okay, Copacetic, have they just been revealing like quads every month?
So I think they do these boxes where you get you can get like a monthly box, which I'm not really into, but I think they put a quad in the monthly box. And then I guess that's why it's September quad, because it's like theoretically only, or I don't know if it's only in the September box that you buy, but it's, I think, usually exclusive maybe.
Because I really like the green, I like all this I actually like the whole thing. It's really cute. Yeah. It's like this cute little 4-pack, and I'm like, But I like that. So I thought it was interesting. It came from the Indie Mood. So if anybody's interested in it, we are moving into fall, we are moving into Halloween. You can do the zombie thing, you can do the alien thing, actual alien. I feel like I have to say that. Now, this is weird to me because this comes from Shine by D or whatever. Shine by SD. Here's my only issue is the packaging.
It's straight up Fenty.
And I'm not I'm legitimately not trying to be a bitch, but the only thing that they didn't do was the hexagon on the inside. Did I say hexagon? Is it a hexagon? Yo, if technically Tracy is here, Tracy, please tell me if this is a hexagon, because you always know these things.
No, it's an octagon.
Fuck you guys. I'm not smart. You know
the Shine by SD one is. I didn't count your Fenty one, but I'm with you, Sierra.
I had one of the sizes right. But yeah, so that's the only thing I don't like, but it actually looks really pretty. I like that as a cheek highlighter. But they're having a restock.
I think they did the restock because I think it was Friday because I made an order. I didn't get any highlighters, but I think this was a repackaging. They've had some of their highlighters, but they revamped the packaging. Okay.
So I just threw this in here because they said restock, and I guess I missed that restock, so apologies.
Also gets Lunar Beauty vibes. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not as boofy. So this is another thing that I found interesting. It's from, I've never heard of this, it's Exa Beauty, and they're going to launch their first ever foundation. These are all the photos I have currently. But apparently it's supposed to be, clean beauty. It's a clean beauty brand. And I am not really sure how I feel about it because there's not a lot I can see, but it looks like there's this looks like it's got a guy, a man, a male looking leading person. And then there's the female, but like, I like that there's a guy in it, like very excited, all, yes, bitch. You know what I mean? So I like that. So I hope it's good.
And it's intriguing to see like indie brands start with foundation, because I know that's not an easy thing to start with. So yeah. We'll see.
The other thing I'm liking is if you look at the top left picture, it looks like they have the foundation mixed. So I'm wondering if what they're doing is like you can almost like the Danessa Myricks feel. So I'm hoping that that'll be something cool. And whoever Katie Deno is,
grapefruit seed. What is it? Grapefruit peel oil in it.
Okay.
I don't know what that does, but the comment says unfortunately it has it in it. So I don't know. I guess.
Oh, I don't know.
I know that citrus oil is tricky for a lot of people's skin.
Yeah, it depends on the fruit. So far, blueberry extracts is not good for my skin. Makes my skin furious. So I'm excited to see this come, and I would like to try that because y'all know I'm going to be on a volcano trying this shit out.
I also think more indie brands will do sample sizes, like Range Beauty does them. The Lip Bar does foundation samples. Like I think a lot of these smaller brands that have been doing foundations have been trying to offer samples for like $2 each, so that you could order, 3 or 4 of them and see if you have a color that works for you. Like even smaller than the Danessa Myricks samples.
Yeah, that just makes more sense to me because I just feel like, okay, so especially not even just because I'm a beauty YouTuber, right? I really think it's very, very important for you to have these kinds of samples for everybody in general, because I feel like more people are getting to stages, especially with all of the things, the pandemic and all this shit that went down. I feel like more people have been willing to purchase foundation-based complexion products online, but their only gripe is that they'll get it and it's not the shade that they need. So there's a lot of return and exchange going back and forth. And I think if you sell those samples, like I'm more willing to buy like 4 or 5 of your small samples for a nominal fee and then try it out and then figure out exactly what I like and then buy the full size than I am to actually buy your full size at like $34 or whatever the price is.
But also samples, like returning is not an option with a lot of indie brands. And rather than seeing indie brands getting basically like screwed over because people don't want to spend the money to try their product, being able to offer something for $5 or under, I feel like is helpful for samples. Night Toya.
Night Toya.
I also thought it was interesting that Angelica said, I read trade magazines on beauty and skincare, and Exit is being raved as one to watch. So,
yes.
Interesting.
I love to see this.
Yeah.
Love to see it. And we need to figure out who Katie Deno is, because there's somebody named Katie Deno, and they've tried it. So I don't know if they're on YouTube. I just saw that. I need to find them. All right, so next up we have a sneak peek from Sparkle Fantasy Cosmetics. They have a new highlighter coming soon. This is the only photo of it. Here's the thing, I think it's very pretty, but I already have a gazillion pink shift highlighters.
Yeah, I just don't care, to be honest.
It kind of looks hourglassy. Just the shape of the product.
Oh, there's another picture. This one's exciting-ish, but I feel like it might, like there's a pink frost. This one, I think, I'm like tilting my head different ways. I feel like you have to have the right skin tone for that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or you might end up looking like an alien.
I don't know what it is, but this doesn't do anything for me.
It does not. So, I brought it out, trying to like say hello to some new stuff. This is DD Signature. Daniel, can we stop with the X? Because why did we start doing the X? Anyways, DD Signature, Danielle Nicole. Is that it? Danielle Nicole tutorials. This is $27.99. It is a Kiwi palette. It's the new Kiwi palette.
I have to say,
does not deal with like things being laid out in that order. My brain just can't handle it.
Yeah.
I don't like the packaging. I do think the color story is pretty, theoretically, but I don't think that it doesn't feel kiwi. I don't like the round packaging. It's like, I see that you made an effort. It didn't quite hit the mark.
Here's the thing. It's my overall feeling is I don't think it's a good idea to do a theme around one fruit. Like you can do a fruit theme like citrus or that, but like trying to do it around one fruit, realistically, that's just like the green, black, and yellow. Like, like, and you could just like the 4 dots. They could have
done a couple of shades of green. They could have done brown for the outside, the like a green brown. But like, I think the blues and the yellows to me don't really read kiwi. So I think they should have just did different. I don't know.
I see the yellows because they look sort of green hued.
True. Yeah.
The sky blue is throwing me. I think that's what's and the one in the middle, like the blue shimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind the yellows because they remind me of the little lines in the kiwi.
I just don't want another food themed palette. I just don't. I have too many.
Yeah.
But I think it's cute-ish. It's almost like if you took if you like, you see how there's like a circle up at the top, right? If you like at the very top of the wrist, if you exchange the shimmer green with the shimmer blue, there, palette done. And maybe exchange this lime green with the shimmer green over there at the very end, and now you're done. Now you have a palette. Like that's really where they should have left it.
Yeah.
Instead of whatever they did here.
This is one of those, like, it's an indie brand I'm now gonna like. Now that I've heard their name, I might keep an eye out for, but it's not this first or this release is not for me.
It's cute. And I just don't want to store it. I really
That's
don't.
exactly what somebody said, Kara. Somebody said here, cute, but so bulky, full of empty space.
Yeah, that too.
So I have this here because Looksy restocked. I don't know if there's still stuff there. But they recently restocked. And they're really pretty. The entire bundle of 10 is like $30. So you can get all 10 of the angel wings. They're butterfly kisses. Sorry, the butterfly kisses. You can get all 10 of them, and you can have all 10 of them for $30. It's actually quite lovely. I wouldn't get it, but that's because like the emerald shade I'm not really into. I'm not.
You can also buy them individually. They're $3 each. So the bundle isn't a discount. It's just you can get a bundle if you want.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I wouldn't like I'm just saying like I wouldn't get all 10 of them because like I don't like the monarch or the emerald shade. I don't actually like the painted lady that much, and I feel like the Apollo and Nectar are a little too close for me. So there's like a few shades that are a little too close, so I wouldn't get them. But if you wanted to,
I think that's a tricky thing with these like high intensity like duochromes and even multi-chromes is a lot of them can tend to look similar, and so it's more about finding like picking out the ones that call out to you than necessarily buying the whole collection.
Oh yeah.
Apollo and angel wings. I just kind of want to bathe in those. They look so beautiful. And Tony's saying they look prettier in real life.
Ooh, I like Katy Pillar.
They look really pretty. I'm looking at Tony's swatches right now. I've seen some not great swatches of them from other eyeshadow lovers, so I'm still kind of on the fence on more from Looksy, but I think that's also because like when I bought from them originally, I bought a lot of shadows, and I've had very like I feel like I've evolved past the Looksy formula, but I don't know shit about this collection. So,
Bethany, it's Looksy Beauty.
Yeah. Interesting. So yeah.
That's what I think that might be where I also got some boring ass bronzers.
Yeah.
From Moira Cosmetics, but you know what? Here's the reason I include them, right? Because I have to remember that like not everybody is a bright, colorful bitch like myself, right? So knowing that, that like I have to keep in mind, like there's new bronzer duos. I personally, for the most part, as we all know, I'm not a bronzer. Like I'm not a face palette person. I'm not a duo person for the most part. Not ever. Most part. Don't quote me, but. This whole thing here, it just isn't my vibe, but I think if somebody's looking for this kind of thing, like it's cute-ish, it's cute.
Yeah. I just don't get along with split pans because I would just end up mixing them together, so they may as well just be like marbled or something.
Yeah. And they're $7 each, so it's not like a broken ass investment, like, you know what I mean? It's not like, I ruined my whole life with it, but they're only $7 if you want to try them, if you wanted like a warm bronze, whatever you're looking for.
The top one looks very orange. I'd like to see swatches of it.
Yeah.
That top one does look very like suspiciously orange.
Yeah, they both look very similar in tone, and it just makes me wonder who actually can use them, as Christina basically is saying. But I don't know.
I don't know. Apparently, they're trying to get Angie to find out. So, like, they were tagging Angie in it, trying to get her to grab it. So I don't know. Okay, this I brought up because Gerard Cosmetics has had their Clean Canvas eye concealer for a while, right? They are now releasing it in other shades. And let me see if I can scooch this down a little bit. Here we go. So now they're releasing it in this brown color and this like caramelly color and this like other shades that aren't just white. So
I think it's 3 new shades. I think white, fair, and cocoa. Oh yeah, you might know better actually than I, Kara.
Yeah, let us know,
white,
Kara.
Fair, and cocoa are the 3 new shades, and then medium is the one that they've had out for a while, which frankly medium works perfectly on me. So
sorry, I was
probably going to be good for really fair people.
I was looking at the comments, so I'm going to scorch over here. So I wear a lot of colorful makeup, and so this isn't. I'm good.
I mean, this could technically be for colorful makeup, but it doesn't interest me. The format of the base doesn't interest me. The potted base.
Yeah.
If you're looking for an eye primer, all I can say is that it's a fantastic eye primer.
Yeah, because I like the squirty. Like I have this one from JCat. I think the thing for me is that I like to be able to squirt because then I have more control. I feel like when I'm just squirting. What I'm trying to get to here is that like when I just put a little bit on my hand, then I'm not dipping back in. That's my main thing. I don't like to dip back into my eye products like that, like liquidy ones like this. I don't like to do that.
Yeah.
So, but if you're interested, BT Dubs, you're apparently supposed to be able to use the code AmyLoves and get money off of it. I'm sorry, I didn't know you had one. Damn it.
That's okay.
You didn't say, Kara.
I'm not sure.
Promote
your motherfucking code.
Kara, you'll save 30% off. There you go. It's affiliated. I'll make a small commission. There it is.
Yes, it is affiliated. There are commissions.
It looks like there's you can't use a discount code on the pre-order. Okay.
Apparently, it looks like people are saying it doesn't work on the pre-order.
Oh, see, I didn't know that, but at any rate, yeah, it's like a creamier version of the MAC paint pots. I actually really like it, even if I didn't have a code. I really like it. I think it's one of their best products. That and their setting spray.
And that's
I've heard great things about it. Yeah,
that's all I had.
Did we want to look at that one stupid new ColourPop release, or?
Oh, for bull's sake, yes. Give me 1 second. Oh shit! I think I just opened something on my computer randomly. Don't look at me. Mistakes have been made. Get away from me. I'm like yelling at you guys.
I'm like, take your time. I'm not in any rush.
I'm like yelling at you, like, what did you do to me? Why? Why is this happening?
I don't even know if it's on here. You might just want to go back to trend mood. I'm sorry. That was not clear when I said that.
I'm so literal that hold on. Let me see what happened here. All right. So new.
It's the third top row on the,
It's their soul. It's keeping up with color. Oh gosh.
It's a sunflower.
This is the lemonade palette.
It's a more fall tone lemonade. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a fall tone lemonade palette. Pressed like glitter, like they're shimmeries. They're shimmers.
I think they're Super Shock things. Yeah.
They're Super Shocks. Some lip glosses, which I don't actually like their lip glosses. I'm sorry.
I don't like their lip glosses either.
They're too goopy. They're super goopy.
Thing that I don't understand is these are the ultra glossy lips, but they've released newer formulas that I've heard better things about, like the Luxe lip gloss. I heard got better reviews. So why are you continuing to release something?
This looks like that Juvia's Place palette, the Nomad, was it?
Yeah,
it looks straight up just like that.
Or it's like Honey and Lemonade palette and Nomad palette had a baby.
Yeah. It's, here's the thing. If this is your vibe, get it. It's for people who love sunflowers. It's supposed to be a sunflowery vibe. Like, I'm a sunflower.
I like the color story, but I have it. Like, I don't need it.
I just think that center color is the pop of yellow effect. Everything else is like warm, browny, orangey tones, and that one yellow probably looks like Paper Tiger or something else that ColourPop's already released. I just don't like. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
Is it all matte?
We're almost finished. Like, if you gotta go,
no, that's a comment about that. It's urine.
Yeah,
I thought you had to pee. I was
it's the "Are you dehydrated or not?" pee palette.
Yeah, and there's another comment about it as well.
Oh, snap crackles! Let me go back and look at it. Hold on. Let Mama just go back and look at this now. Let Granny look at it.
4 up from Danica's.
Because I'm the resident old bitch of YouTube. Oh, you know what they write? They write.
Oh.
You know, like the very first one. You know, you need to start drinking some water. Over here, by the time you get to the pop of the yellow, it's like you are dehydrated and you need to really drink the water. And then if you get to the very last one, there's problems. You are about to become deceased. So, what is a strawberry face polish?
No, thank you. I'm good.
And that doesn't make sense. Why is it here with the sunflower lovers? Like, it's just weird because that's from, like, I mean,
that's maybe more Trenmu being dumb than anything.
Yeah, I don't like it when Trenmu does this. It's so fucking irritating because I get annoyed by her doing this because I'm just like, hi, can you keep the collections together? Because then you're like, oh, this is.
I would be here for an asparagus palette because that means shades of green. Yeah. To get a pea palette. The one other thing. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I want like the ocean. Like I want the ocean.
What the fuck is that? That eye is terrifying. That whole thing is terrifying.
Yeah. Their skincare, I think, is now they're doing makeup. I don't know, but if
we don't know what it is,
and if we want to end on a high note, do you want to go to Danessa Myricks so that we can see something pretty and glittery? I don't know when it comes out. Tony tagged me and Lacey in this, and I was just like, okay.
Wait, did I go to her or did I go to
it's the top. It's the first photo.
It is this one or this one?
No, first photo. The first on the left. First on the left.
Like it was showing me that it's like a video.
Yeah.
I can't play it without the music playing. Okay, everybody be quiet. Here we go. Sorry. Like I was singing out loud.
It's perfect. We don't know what it is. Something new is on the horizon. Can you guess what it is?
It's really pretty. It is really pretty. It's like splatter paint.
Well, it's glitter that's high color and shiny. We're thinking it might be a color fix, a new formula of color fix. That's what was happening in the comments with Tony, Lacey, and I.
Also, I don't know who this woman is, but like, if I feel like those are her actual lashes, I am jealous. And also, if they are not, that's okay. But she is also giving me like all the feels.
It's a UV light, so they're shining a UV light on her face to show the I guess the UV effect of it. Yeah.
Wait, but do y'all see her looking at me like that though? Look, you see it? She's looking at me like that. You see it?
And that's what works with some of the most gorgeous models. Like, I like that.
I'm like, y'all see her? She's looking directly at me.
Directly at it.
We're just gonna keep staring at it because, like, hi, honey. Like, okay, I'm being creepy. Listen, I'm getting my creep on. Let me just move on from being a creep. It was somewhere out there, stinky eggs. It was.
We don't know what it is. It was an annoying sneak peek, but I couldn't help but share it.
Thorn and her sunscreen. Like, so she has sunscreen on.
Fair. That's fair.
Nikki, I'm not sure if it is or is not pretty without the light.
We'll see. I mean, I have UV things that look like high intensity even without looking like UV light, so that's why I'm hopeful for it. But
I think the light is just for like
it's just a thing. I mean, the UV is just kind of a thing. I'm gonna blame TikTok because I saw so many makeup people on TikTok use UV in ways that I feel like more and more indie brands are trying to play around with it. I was more drawn in by, to me, it looked glittery, but maybe I was misreading it. I'm not sure. But I felt like it was more glittery than anything else.
It is appropriate. Thank you. Stinky Games was very excited because they knew that I was singing somewhere out there. And like, that's what it made me think of. Like, I saw her like give me like eyes looking directly at me, not you all. It was me, just in case y'all were confused. She was looking directly at me. So I started singing somewhere out there because that's what happened there. Yes. So we ended on a very high, like beautiful note, gorgeousness, beauty, UV rays.
Something that makes it feel totally like it's like we're all stuck at home, and I'm like, let me look at UV products. Like, where am I going with this? Nowhere. I don't care. I still want it.
And FYI, I have been drinking my drink and also talking.
And that lipstick is still flawless.
So I just wanted you to see that. I want my office to be my kitchen. Well, it technically is my kitchen table. So, anywho, so nice to see you all.
I love that. Oh,
yes.
I would have loved growing up to have teachers that wore makeup at all. Makeup.
I know Fievel is a throwback. Yeah, but I'm old, y'all.
Oh, I love it. Not impressed. It is. It's an amazing black lipstick. It's like my new recommendation whenever anyone asks ever about black lipstick. It's the shit.
Yes, Feffy. Listen, if House of Uni, even if they don't deliver there, we'll figure out how to get it to you. Okay, facts.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank all of you.
Yes, thank you everybody for hanging out with us and talking new makeup and all that nonsense. Did anybody want to say, like Danica, I'm cool? Ooh, Bible collection, bring on the Secret of Nim collection, sell it to the millennials.
Also, the Rescuers were the shit. Yes. This is House of Uni. Turned like,
and the color is wicked.
Emily is the one who let me know. Am I doing my fingers right? I don't know. Emily has let me know the color's wicked. It's House of Uni. Emily is the one who turned me on to them. I am wearing foundation wise. I have on, what the fuck was that? Juvia's Place. I was like,
what's on your eyes?
So I have the Oasis palette here, and then this is Give Me Glow, and then right here is Lethal, Lethal here, and then right here Juvia's Place, and then this is also Lethal.
Amazing.
I think. So I used a bunch of shiz.
Yes, I will wear black lipstick my whole life. There is never an
Y'all know I'm 1,000 years old. I'm going to be wearing black lipstick when I'm 1,010, which is coming up soon.
Anyway, on that note, thank you everybody. Everyone who's rewatching, thank you for hanging out with us, and we will see you again very, very soon.
All right, deuces, y'all.